we go.
Well, here's the thing. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Okay.
You know what the boys?
Well, here's the thing. Okay. Well, here's the thing.
Hey, they also drink beer in England. Come on, Ty.
That's stupid.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to We Out Here MMA, not podcast, but show, but now podcast. I'm here with my husbands. As you can tell, we're all kind of hype. Alex eating just chicken bones, no meat. Nick wearing a black shirt, has a fake plant, and his wife's painting as usual.
It's not fake, though.
And myself, boy, was I wrong about this past week's fight card. These gentlemen said this is basically a pay-per-view minus one fight. I said, nah, guys, it's a fight night. And I was wrong. It wasn't a fight night. It was a free pay-per-view. That's what we got.
It was better than a pay-per-view. Let's be real.
Kind of was. The
like,
crowd?
Dude, the crowd alone, bro. I don't know. Maybe just because we haven't had, like, live fights since, like, the COVID stuff. And this just speaks volume. And I think everyone's just really excited to watch fights. But, man, when any knockout happened, any finish happened, the crowd was so freaking hyped, dude. And I think it made the fights even better. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
What if it made it worse?
I don't know. For me, I don't know. Like, I was watching off my phone because I was in Long Beach. But I just felt like it should have been louder. I don't know why.
What?
Like,
Because you're watching on your phone, dude.
Where were you watching this?
Where?
Yeah.
Well, because my brother was in town, so we were out in Long Beach at a restaurant. But, like, I turned it up. But I'm like, I guess I should say, especially.
Were you listening to it like this?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's not that good. Nah, it's not that
especially
bad.
when Paddy
Oh,
came
what
out.
happened? I don't know what happened.
No, because sometimes I feel like they intensify the crowd noise.
Yeah.
You know? But, like, I felt like even when they were out, like, it was kind of just, it was a loud, like, shh, but it was even the whole time. Like, I didn't hear a, like, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, obviously it was loud as fuck because everybody kept talking about how crazy it was. And then, but, no, it was, like we had said last week when Gilbert said, no, you stupid fat Latina, you're wrong.
That's what I said.
When I
you know what
said
Alex
that-
did? And then he got a monkey after I said that.
And they got a
Respect.
monkey. His name's Chester.
Chester? Hello, Chester.
I was
Hello,
saying,
Chester.
like, hey, this card has potential to be a motherfucker, and it was a motherfucker. So let's go.
Who was the main event for this card before they bumped up Aspinall? Do you know?
I
It was
think
always.
sweet.
Or main fight? It was always him? Okay.
I think so. I think it was. Yeah, because they were talking about Till was going to be there, but then Till never signed a fight.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Well, guys, there's no point in doing jibber jabber. You look, husband right here. You got Nick Dunn. Round of applause for him. You got Alex Acosta with the squirt. Round of applause for him.
Sorry, guys. I'm hungry. Dinner just finished, and my mom's like, take a plate. So I took a plate, and it's chicken wings tonight for dinner.
And that's the best kind of food is home cooked meals. You know what I mean? But let's just get into the fight cap. Fight recap. No cap. I'm like we were saying, we're very excited for this card to talk about it. Let's just start the main event. Tom Aspinall beats. He does it for the refugees of Ukraine and Russians. There's a lot of Russian refugees on Tijuana apparently.
Hey, but honestly, though, when Volkov was staring at Aspinall across the cage, I was like, this dude looks evil. He
Like
looks
this?
evil as fuck. Yeah, like he looks out of a movie, bro.
Yeah.
He looked kind of scary, and I was like, oh,
But
shit, he's going to
the
fight.
tats. But then you see the tats. It's kind of like.
Hey,
It's
the
a
new
samurai
tat is sick,
face.
kind of, though.
It's kind of tight, yeah.
He used to have Moana's Stingray or some shit. But like I said, like what you're talking about, Nick, is scary. But man, I always forget how fucking big Tom Aspinall is, dude.
Dude,
I
talk
thought
about
he
how
was gonna
good
be
he
short. I thought he was gonna be shorter.
Dude,
He
he's
kind of
big.
fights short. Is
Yeah.
that a thing? He fights short. He kind of looks small. He doesn't look like he's 6'5".
Yeah.
Like in the against the guys he's fought. But he didn't look that much smaller than Volkov at all. They looked pretty even in size. But dude, the speed, how good he looked, the composure,
talk
the
about the
double
speed.
legs. Oh
Nick,
my god.
I want you to talk about the speed because I feel like this new generation of heavyweight fighters that are really bouncy. They all look like Robert Whittaker's, but like 240 pounds. So, like, would you say he's at the same level of Don from what you've seen so far in terms of just?
I think so.
Speed?
I
Or
think
even
so.
faster?
I think he has a more diverse skill set than Gon, which is kind of crazy. For him to sub Volkov that way, that quickly with a straight arm bar like that, and just the way he just took him down and held on to him and took control. I feel like he probably has a more well-rounded skill set than Gon. Gon's probably on his way to be that way, but I feel like Tom Aspinall seems like a little more mature with his fight so far. It seems like, but man, he looks so good. I don't know what else to say. It's not just the fact that he's fast. He's just really smart. He knows when to go. He knows when to kind of push the pace. He knows when to like disengage and kind of fight at his own pace. So, yeah, I expect big things from Tom, dude. Like, that was very impressive. My jaw dropped when I was watching that.
Like this.
Like that.
Yo, man, I didn't realize how wide your mouth could open.
Yeah. And then your eyes go like this.
Your eyes get big too, dude. Shit, they go back.
Yeah. They
go
roll
behind?
back to the back of your skull like that.
They do a 360 and come back to the front.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, what I was gonna say, the best part of it to me was after he submitted him, they showed Cyril Gane in the crowd, and he was kind of like, probably, I think in his head he's like, man, it took, I went all 5 rounds, boring as fuck with this guy. This guy just finished him in the first round. Fuck, like shit.
And played with him.
But that thing is like, bro, like Aspinall is a nightmare matchup for Cyril Gane. Especially when we just saw what Ngannou did to Gane. Ngannou is not a grappler. He's really strong, but he ain't no grappler. And I said it last week, like, Tom Aspinall is like, first and foremost was a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Like, his dad is the jiu-jitsu coach over at the spot. So, I mean, like, for Gane, he's a nightmare matchup because of that grappling, because of that wrestling. And honestly, when he first threw those first like 1-2s, I was like, yo, this motherfucker is fast,
Quick.
bro.
1-2s
I was
were
like,
quick.
holy fuck, man, he's fast for a heavyweight. So, but I remember us talking about him a while back. We've said this about Aspinall, that he was going to be a problem once he got to the top. So, I was just nervous because he was like calling out Ty and shit, or not calling him out, but he's talking about Ty. But like, he's a nightmare matchup for Ty too because of the grappling, bro.
He's a matchup nightmare
Bro,
for
he's
everybody.
So if you look, let's play matchmaker. I want to get your guys' picks. He obviously called out Tai Tuivasa, which is a smart pick in terms of just like getting the engagement of the fans and the media. But I think there's a lot of other options out there. You guys say he's a nightmare for basically the whole heavyweight division. I mean, you have Stipe, you have Cyril Gane, you have Tai Tuivasa, Curtis Blades, Derek Lewis. He just beat Volkov. I mean, he's kind of skill set wise, maybe like you said it, Nick, could be the best.
Like, out of all the top 5, right? Because say he
Which is
he moves
crazy
up.
to say.
Yeah, say he takes Volkov's spot, then that puts him at number 6, maybe. Then we have Derek Lewis. He probably does pretty well against him. He could either,
Easy.
you know, obviously he could always get knocked out by Derek Lewis, but that's everybody in the heavyweight division, right? So, and then Curtis Blades, that might be a tough matchup
That's
for him.
his
That's
toughest
probably the
matchup,
toughest, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see, because he's fighting, obviously, this weekend, so we'll see how he does. But if he doesn't put Daukaus away, like, I think decisively, then Curtis Blades may not be in the title contention, at least, you know. And then Ty, I think he matches up pretty well, but still like a 50-50. And then Stipe and Cyril, so I think he matches up quite well.
All right, so we'll start with you, Alex. He called out Ty. Is that what you think is going to happen, or what?
No, because there's already rumors that Ty and Stipe are gonna fight, and they're trying
That's
to
not crazy.
they're trying to set that fight up. But I think he should just I think he should watch this weekend's main event and fight the winner of that.
Yeah.
Because like the whole thing is, if Chris Daukaus wins, Curtis Blades number 4 is probably gonna push him over to, like, you know, what's to say? If Daukaus wins, Daukaus and Aspinall are gonna be right around the same ranking, so it'll be a fight. And if Curtis Blades wins, Curtis Blades stays at 4, and then that's a good fight for Aspinall to go. But yeah, like, he's one of those guys, like, yeah, I think, like, even Ngannou, like, I think that it's just because of what Stipe was able to do to Ngannou when they first fought, right? The wrestling. I know Ngannou's evolved and stuff, but Stipe wasn't even, like, that big for that fight. The difference with Aspinall is he's so big. He's 6. I think he's actually taller than Francis Ngannou, because Francis Ngannou's 6'4". I think Aspinall's 6'5". So it's like, bro, he's a big
boy,
dude, and he's fast like that. He has explosive double legs. Yeah, he's a nightmare for every single person in that whole division. And I think he should just fight the winner of this weekend. If Curtis Blades was to win, I think that's a good fight, because I think that's the hardest fight in the division for him. Obviously, the danger of Ngannou and Lewis is always, like, like the top danger, but like skill wise or matchup wise, I think Curtis Blades is the hardest one.
Nick, anything a little deviation from that in terms of like what you think he takes on for his next fight?
Well, you know, if they don't do the Stipe and Thai fight, but I'm pretty sure they are going to do that. So I would like to see him against Curtis Blades because I do think he gets it done over Daukaus this weekend. So I think that'd be a fun fight to have. So I agree with Alex. No deviations.
No deviations, guys. We are good on this.
We're squared away.
But we have to go to the co-main event. Arnold Allen may have ended Dan Hooker's time in the UFC. We're not sure. Arnold Allen also, he did a risky decision, risky move, and decided to unload his entire tank into 18 hooks.
Hey, still look good though.
And it worked. Was he out of breath? Yes, but he won. Alex, general thoughts on that? Surprise Dan Hooker stayed in the pocket.
Yeah, Arnold looked fast. He made Hooker to me look slow.
Sluggish.
I was like, whoa. Like, obviously Arnold Allen is good. He's undefeated, I believe, right? I think he's undefeated. Yeah, undefeated.
Yeah.
He's really good, man, and I think Nick was talking about it last week. He's kind of just like slept on. He's like, no one really talks about him that much, I feel like, and he's just a quiet, like, nice guy. But man, like,
he's 9-0 in the UFC.
Yeah, he's good, man, and for him to put away Dan Hooker like that, that's good. I mean, that's a really good win, especially with striking. You know, I wouldn't have thought it was gonna be with striking, but it was a little crazy how, like, even though Dan was rocked, he was still just staying in the pocket and just fucking let me just start swinging. Like, I'm surprised I didn't see Dan really go for like takedowns or, you know, I know he clinched up just a little bit, but I don't know. It's kind of hard because that's like 4 in a row, I think, for Dan, or like 3 in a row.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I like Dan, but at this point, it's kind of like you're not gonna ever like be the champ because I don't see you, like, you know, getting there. But, like, it just depends on if he wants to fight and kind of get these wins. It's not like a Marlon Moraes situation where he's getting knocked out every fight, you know? Like, a couple of the fights were submissions against the best Islam and shit, you know? So it's like...
But then he lost to Michael Chandler.
I know, but, yeah, I don't know. But, I don't know.
Michael Chandler is the best in the world.
I'd like to see him at least win one and then retire. You know what I'm saying? And then... From what Dana White had said, Dana White was like, you know, he was happy with the fight. He's like, he made weight, he showed up, he came to fucking fight. Dan Hooker can do whatever he wants after this. So I hope he fights one more, but then just like don't come to a new weight class and pick an undefeated young fucking lion who's out here wrecking everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, pick something that's gonna, not easy, but like that's more favorable for you.
Nick, there were some people saying at the end of the fight that it may have been an early stoppage. I'm just curious to see what your take on that is. I know, obviously, Israel Adesanya felt like the ref that Dan
Do we
was
have
still
some
standing.
biases? We have some biases here?
Well, can we confirm they're in the same camp or no?
They are in the same camp. I'm
Then-
pretty sure they are.
Then Nick is calling out Israel. You hear him? Nick hates you.
Nick hates you.
For
but
being
is there-
biased.
could there
against
be
our
me.
text feed?
Obviously, he was getting lit up, but there
Yeah.
could be an argument that like could have fought his way through from other fights we've seen, survived. His knee didn't touch the ground; he just stood on the cage.
Yeah, definitely. But
It's-
I'm always for
'Cause look,
slightly
Arnold was
earlier stoppages. Than
Arnold would have been
later
done after
stoppages.
that. Arnold's arms would have been done after.
Can I get a round of applause, everybody? Today, I'm excited to announce Manscaped launched their Ultra Premium Collection. Believe it or not, it's for your not-so-private parts. I'm talking about a leveled-up hygiene routine with your favorite manly scent. This is an all-in-one skin and hair kit for everyday man and covers you from head to toe. Literally, my guys. Manscaped. It's trusted below the waist. Now trust them with the rest. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code what? We
out here. Dude, Nick, tell us that thing that happened in China back in the day.
I'm not going to tell you about the thing that happened in China because I told you I'm not going to talk about that. But what I will talk to you guys about is recently I've been feeling a little down. I've been feeling a little...
Oh, really?
Just not really confident with, my guy down below. And you know, I just
Oh.
been feeling kind of lackluster. I feel like I don't. It doesn't have the pizzazz that I needed to have. You know, and I took the lawnmower 4.0 and I gave myself a well-needed trim. And let me tell you, boys. Let me tell you how much bigger my thing looks.
Ooh.
Okay.
How
And I
much
got my
about it?
pizzazz back. And I feel way more confident because I have a grooming routine that I could trust and that makes me feel good about myself.
What
And
did the
he
guys
did a
say?
landing strip too, so it looks extra long.
Hey, what do the boys be saying in jiu-jitsu in the shower after?
They say, hey, Nick, you got it back.
big
Whatever it
dick.
is, whatever it is you're doing, you got it back. That's what they keep saying to me.
Dude, shout out to that Usher song. You got got it back. That's 4 products. Guys, look. We all know how essential the Manscaped Lawn 4.0 is for the precise trim below the waist, as Nick said. Their advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts to your most delicate areas. But now you can enhance your perfect grooming routine with their ultra-premium collection, which includes a lot of different things. But I will say the one
Really
favorite,
good stuff.
my favorite thing in that is the body wash. Use it up to lather up your body, your armpits, your titties. They're infused with aloe vera and sea salt. Shower gel will help with my psoriasis in my inner thigh.
Oh
It's
yeah.
going to be really important, you guys.
And everybody, so get 20% off and free shipping with the code We Out
We
Here
Out
at
Here.
manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code We Out Here at manscaped.com. The power of attraction is now in a bottle thanks to Manscaped. And everybody, one more time, let's get 20% off and free shipping with the code what?
We out here. You're
You
missing
got
it, Gil.
You got
it back. Let's get back to the show. Let's do that transition. That's so fucking clean.
That.
Maybe. He's a strong dude, bro.
Prove
He goes 5 rounds. You know his dad he was a strong man? Did you know that?
Oh, really?
His dad was like a
Yes.
professional
Arnold
strongman.
Schwarzenegger.
Eddie Hall, who fought this
Don't
weekend.
quote me. Oh, dude, did you guys see that fight?
I watched like the highlights.
The
of it.
highlights?
No,
It's it was pretty entertaining, dude.
Tell me in the audience, what are you talking about?
Thor, what's the name? The Mountain. Thor Bjornsson. That's his name. He fought Eddie
Some
Hall,
Vietnamese.
who's all a bunch of powerlifters like Alex, but like very strong and like 7'5". And they had a boxing match in Abu Dhabi, and they just knocked each other to fucking pieces. But I
Is
think
it a
Thor
garbage
won.
technique, or is it pretty actually?
No, it was actually pretty good. It was like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Mountain looked decent. Eddie Hall looked like almost like a me. He's so short and just like trying to throw big bombs and shit all the time.
He landed a couple big ones,
Yeah.
dude. He landed a couple big ones. But we're not here talking about those fights. We're talking about the UFC fights.
So I asked you, speaking of UFC fights, Arnold Allen, where does he go now? He just beat
Dude,
Dan
Calvin.
Calvin
I think
Cater.
that makes sense.
Can you guys stop
That
having the
totally
same
makes
picks?
sense.
Because you guys are agreeing too much. We got to mix it up for the audience. Give us a
Okay,
flavor.
you know who I think he should have?
Islam
That's
Makhachev.
not.
Let's go.
That's not him.
Give me a
Let's
second
say
round.
let's say Yair, but him and Brian are gonna fight.
Hey, Max. No, but Max.
I was
waiting
thinking
for
that.
the
Yeah,
title.
he waited for the title shot.
Nah,
I feel like
Max
that's-
fights too much. He fights too much.
way too much, brother.
He's
Peanut butter
supposed to be
cups.
fighting Alex this weekend,
Yeah.
which sucks.
Josh or Calvin are the only two fights. Honestly, that
I
makes
think
sense.
Calvin makes sense, dude. Calvin's a
Or-
nice natural progression because he's 2 fights away from the title.
That's
I think
true.
Arnold.
Or because of the name, because I think he has a little hype right now. Bryce Mitchell. It is down in the rankings, but Bryce has a decent name, and Bryce is like
Wait,
I don't think
they're
he's
the same weight class?
Wait, I think he's undefeated. Yeah, I think he is undefeated.
Dude,
So,
I think
mean,
Bryce fights Josh Emmett next, dude.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
true.
I think.
No, I think Calvin Cater is the fight that's gonna happen. When you look at the rest of when you go from Arnold Allen up, everybody has a fight booked except Calvin Cater and Josh.
Yeah. Or welcome Zabit back to the division. Ooh.
Is the beat ever coming back, or are we?
I
just-
think he is. I think he is. If
No,
he does, he's gonna change that that top 10 for sure.
You think? Because man, those fights with Calvin Cater and then the other one with
Yeah.
Jeremy Stevens, that third round, bro, he always loses.
But he had a diaphragm issue or something. And I
Oh,
think
now
that's
we're
why he was
now we're
out.
blaming diaphragms. Okay,
His diaphragm,
me too.
dude.
Me too.
His diaphragm was all jacked up, and he couldn't have good cardio. That's
Hey,
what
I'm
he
gonna
said.
use that as my excuse next time we're
Yo,
training.
my diaphragm.
It's like, bro, come on, my diaphragm kind of acting up, bro. I don't know. what's-
Oh, my bad. I didn't even know. I'm sorry.
Now he's just holding his pack. Ah,
Go
my
like this.
diaphragm.
All I have to do is this right here, my diaphragm, number one. But, he's like, all right.
Guys, let's go to the real main event.
Let's go.
Main event. We
Honestly, I'm kind of mad. Alex watched these fights on his phone in a
Yeah,
restaurant, dude.
you wouldn't,
because
you missed out.
I purposefully did not watch these fights in shit conditions so I could come home later that night and watch
Same.
it on my big screen
Same.
and kind of be in the vibe. And I'm telling you, bro, it's different. I
got
think you should
hyped.
retry it, bro. I think you should retry it, watch it with full volume, and just immerse yourself because the crowds go fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Did you feel that way, Gabe? Gil?
Gabe.
What? Hey, rewind.
Hey, Gil.
Brother,
I mean, Gabe.
peanut butter cup, brother. You call me gay.
My bad. I'm sorry.
And
Gabe.
hey, for
Gabe
10
Real.
points, hey, for redemption, name me what MMA fighter, who can say this first, what MMA fighter, his name is Gabe, and what's the last name? 5,
Gabe
4.
Green.
Gabe Rudiger.
No, Alex said it first. Fuck you, Nick. Fuck
Come
you,
on.
Nick. Never forgiven.
Come
Gabe
on.
Rudiger. What was his record? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know. That's nobody knows.
Damn,
I don't think
you're
Gabe
right.
Rudiger knows
You're
that.
right. Nobody knows.
I can text Gabe Rudiger right now and be like, "Hey, what's your record?" He won't know.
But like I said, dude, it sounded hype. I just feel like, yeah, I mean, it's true. If I watch it on good speakers, because like there's some fights where it's quiet, and then right when the person like shows up, you hear the whole crowd go.
Yeah.
So
But in
obviously my
fairness,
speaker was going,
when I was watching the Paddy Pimblett, like, because I wanted to see the entrance. Everybody was talking about how sick the entrance is gonna
What
be.
is this techno?
I don't know. It's
same
I
song
forgot
he
this.
always walks out to.
Yeah, but it's pretty popular. But when I heard it, it wasn't as loud as I thought it was gonna be.
Me either.
I'll say that one wasn't as electric, but it was still quite
I
fun.
think it's
Tom
the
Aspinall's was pretty good.
I think
Jack
it's-
Shore.
Honestly, I think it's really important about your walk-in music. Like, you know how Connor, I know you hate this, Alex, but you know how he chose the specific song that builds up to people just screaming? I think Paddy might need to do like a remix to the beginning of the song. I don't know
Hey,
what it is.
I did see the best UFC entrance I've ever seen in my life, and I stumbled upon it recently. I never saw it at the regular fight when it
Sexy
first
Hama?
happened. No, but it was Darren Till coming out to UFC Liverpool because
Sweet
that's where he's from.
Caroline. Sweet Caroline.
Dude, I rewatched that, and the ambiance, the vibe, how loud everybody was singing, that shit was crazy.
That was when he lost to Weather Boy Thompson, huh?
I think he beat him.
No, that's when he lost, but then got a decision win because it was in Liverpool. I love you,
Let's
Darren, but You
go.
lost that shit, player.
For another 10 points, who can spell ambiance?
AMBIANCE.
And that is
Ambiance.
correct. Gabe Rudiger for
Is it?
300.
Let's go.
No, both said oh. What's wrong with you? Paddy the Paddy Pimblett. Your homeboy looking physically fit, looking sharp, not chubby.
Body the body.
He comes in first round. The boy tries to strike, but the Scouser,
boy.
the boy kind of misses and gets not tagged but touched, and then goes for a takedown. But your boy Vargas has good hips, pushes away, but then gets caught. And here's the smart thing about Paddy. You know he's a legit jiu-jitsu guy, and I don't even know anything about jiu-jitsu, but Nick, you can confirm this, please. He immediately was like, I'm not going to continue for the takedown. Let me just get on my back because I can probably
Yeah,
beat this guy.
and you could tell he was setting up, and he was just kind of like, it seemed like he was a little flustered at the beginning because he got cracked, and he wasn't expecting that, and he was kind of like getting his bearings a little bit. Because honestly, the first like 2 minutes of a fight is when it takes some time to kind of settle your nerves a little bit. It seems like for most fighters. I think for the atmosphere like that, he probably needed to. And once he settled down, you could tell he was like, all right, I'm just gonna play it smart and play to his strengths. And he took his time. He didn't rush anything, and got to a position where he can get that takedown, which was pretty sweet. That little judo hip toss.
Love it.
And then get the finish. Like, he got it right away. So you could tell like he was setting things up. But I was very nervous when he got cracked. I was like, Jesus, you got to close those gaps, man. But it is, I guess it is part of it, because that guy Vargas, he seems like he's real tough, and he knew that was his only way to win. He was like, I just gotta knock this motherfucker out, and he cracked him pretty good. I'm surprised he didn't get dropped.
Was it a
worse.
crack? You thought it was a crack? All right.
Dude, I thought so. Maybe it's the hair that makes it way worse.
I feel like his last fight was a way harder fight for him. Because, I mean, he got...
That guy was good, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Benjamin.
The other guy, I think, is better than the guy he fought this past weekend. And, I mean, he got cracked in that last fight. Like, he got hit so hard with that fucking hit. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like... Yeah, he needs to fill in those gaps. But I didn't feel like... I mean, I feel like no matter what, he's going to be under such a microscope now, so anything that looks bad, it's gonna get talked about just because of how big of a name he is right now. You know.
Sounds like what people said when Conor was really
Exactly.
popular, dude.
But
sounds like the same thing.
I want to ask you guys, because do you guys think he's gonna be bigger than Conor or as big?
Dude,
Because that
no.
crowd, I mean, it was, like I said, I'm sure it was loud as fuck in there. It was so loud that Dana White lost his voice. When's the last time you heard Dana White completely lose his voice?
Listening
after being at
to
an event?
him in the post-fight press conference, you're like, what is this
it was
character
hard to
you're
watch.
playing?
It was hard to listen to.
It's like, it was like, what are
Like,
you
drink some
doing?
water, dude. Remember when SpongeBob and Patrick, they go to Sandy's house?
Yeah.
And they
So
were
stupid.
too
You
embarrassed
remember
to...
that? You remember that?
Yeah.
guys?
You remember that shit, guys? Remember this
My
life
pussy
lesson?
wetter than SpongeBob. Heyo.
But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Paddy Pimblett, dog. Like, I do think he has the potential to be bigger because now with social media, times are a little bit different too. But he already came to the UFC a huge star. I think he was a bigger star when he came to the UFC than Conor was when he came to the UFC from Cage Warriors.
Yeah.
So,
here's
and
the
they've been
thing.
trying to get Paddy for years. Like
Yeah.
he's turned him down multiple times to the UFC.
I got
So,
another.
Go ahead.
and he signed that thing with Barstool. Like,
Oh
dude,
yeah. $1
8
million,
figures with
yeah.
Barstool or 6
And honestly,
figures.
the dude gets
7
so
figures?
fat
I'm like
that
8
it's so
figures.
funny.
Fuck.
I think it was 8 or 7 or 8
There's
figures.
no
or
way
something
it's
like
8
that.
figures.
I think it
You
was
think
It was
it's
29 figures, dude. I'm telling you.
Hey, also, when have you? I don't know if they were selling them there, but a lot of people had those blonde wigs on. So imagine if the UFC was selling those, bro. Like,
They're
who
probably
else-
$35, $45
you
easy.
never seen anybody. You never seen them selling no Conor McGregor hair. You never see them selling no Conor McGregor stupid tattoo gorilla sleeves and shit.
I don't trust the UFC merch.
Tattoo
One time
gorilla
I got a mystery poster and it was Uriah Faber head and Barrow.
No, was it? It was.
That's a good one.
It was.
Jessica
Emerson
I.
Figueroa and
Jessica I versus Jessica I.
Hey, one time I did get a UFC Stipe Miocic shirt, and instead of the graphic being printed straight, it was literally crooked like this.
That's
and
a
I
good
didn't notice
shirt.
until I got home.
It's a good shirt.
That's a good NFT. That's dope.
Oh, what'd you guys think of Paddy's post-fight celebration? That was probably one of my favorite ones.
Oh yeah, bro.
Oh, do you know why it was so good? Because Homegirl was there too, and she had a great post-fight interview.
Oh, no, but like after as soon as he got the finish, he stood up and he went like this.
yeah.
Oh,
I was like,
Dare I
dude, that makes
say-
me Randy, baby.
dare I say
like
better?
Austin Powers.
way better than Oliveira's dance.
Better than the $1 million strut, I think. I think that's better.
Yeah, that shit's whack. Whatever Conor does with this shit, that shit's so whack, bro.
Dude, it's
And when
Vince
you go
McMahon,
like
dog.
this and you go like this and you moving your hips, bro.
Yeah, it's
that
way
shit's
better.
sick. Also,
But
Molly
also-
McCann, let Paddy the Baddie celebrate. You know?
Dang.
Bro, you're their brother
Are
and
you-
sister. What's wrong with you?
I know, but like, you don't even let him be in the octagon by himself for at least like 10
He
seconds.
probably wanted her. Hey, you sound like Israel Adesanya, bro.
Yeah,
We'll
dude,
talk
you're like
about that
Israel.
later,
you know
dog.
what? You're Nigerian, dude.
No, but like, it's cool. Come in, but like, he just won and he's still doing his dance, and you're already in there. I want to see what if he had like another dance move and shit where he was like looking back with his eyes and like.
Oh,
popping
so
and
what?
shit.
Okay, I understand.
But
What
he
you're
didn't get
saying
to-
Oh,
is,
an eruption of celebration.
Yeah.
what you're saying is that
Oh,
we missed
yeah.
out on a larger performance.
You never
Is what you're
know,
saying.
bro.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Like, come
I
in,
agree.
but don't come in that quick. Like, let him
Yeah.
do his shit.
Let
'Cause,
it
like, the
settle
last
for a
time-
little bit.
Last time he won, he was like, "What? What? What?" And then running. I want to see all that shit. All he got to do was this, which was dope, but fuck.
I was pissed. Alex rant. Yeah, so I think we all agree he probably has the potential to be bigger than Conor. He just has to keep winning. In the UK in general, I mean England is just I think more of a powerhouse in terms of media than Ireland. So I think it's endless. And you have like huge English stars in there. You get what's the boxer's name? The heavyweight. He was there. He was at a UFC event. What's his name? Joshua.
Oh, Joshua.
Anthony Joshua.
Oh, Anthony Joshua. I was like, yo, Paddy about to be more famous than you, dude.
Oh hell yeah.
But yeah, Paddy excited. I'm excited for him to take another fight. Do you know if because he didn't get injured, it was in the first round, so quick. I hope he takes another fight soon, just to kind of build this momentum. But I do know he likes his breaks and his pizza.
Yeah.
So
Well,
see.
what sucks, I feel like because he's such a big name that he can't. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's almost like the Conor thing. Like Conor just can't come back and fight whoever.
Yeah, he
know?
is. We'll talk about. Yeah, he's gonna fight for the welterweight title.
That's
Duh.
what I mean, though, bro. Like, he has to fight for a title. He has to do a pay-per-view main event. Like, if Paddy gets too big, like, he won't be able just to come back and fight multiple times, I don't think. I
I
don't know.
mean, look, he's doing it for the bag, my guy. Even though he does have a 29-figure podcast deal, but Nick
29
said
figure, bro.
29 figures, dude.
All
Barstool.
right, let's get these
Crazy.
next ones quick. Great fights all around. But Gunnar Nelson, Takashi 6'9".
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a
Gunny,
good fight.
man.
That's
Gunny
cool.
looks like thick. Looking a little
Yeah,
On
his
the
shoulders look huge. I was like, this man's on something.
And he was like this
dude.
the whole time.
He's 32. I hope he
I
gets
love
a
it.
little. I hope he gets a little run going because I thought he was going to be champion a lot sooner. Back in
He
the
looked
day.
good. He looked good.
He looked good. It was
Okay, what about Ilya Taporia? Mr. Hand Sanitizer
fuck
Boy.
hand sanitizer boy, bro.
Dog, but he looked good. Dog,
looked
how did
good,
he eat
but-
that head kick?
I know. He
When
looked
Jai
good,
Herbert
but-
threw that switch head kick? Oh my goodness.
I didn't realize this was lightweight too, because normally he's a 45er.
He was
Yeah,
45. Yeah, he
I
looked
think
kinda
he
small.
stepped in on replacement. He
No,
stepped
he
on
looked
replacement.
thick, bro. Compared to his
Yeah,
last
thick
fight, he
boy.
looked thick. I was like, damn.
I guess he's just shorter than Jai, so I thought he looked smaller.
Yeah.
Jai's pretty tall too. But man,
Oh.
the fact that he came back and finished that was
Yo,
pretty
I
crazy.
haven't seen a
Massive
knockout
knockout.
in a while that looked like a perfect UFC, EA UFC
Yeah, dude.
flash knockout. The dude just
Just
flew.
bang. And just like the Molly McCain knockout, like that was really crazy too. The way both those guys, the way Jai Herbert and Luana Carolina got knocked out was pretty scary. Like
And-
their eyes were open and rolling in the back of their head.
That's
It
the
was, like,
craziest
instant.
ones. Yeah, when they get knocked out and they're like this.
Like that, dude. It was rough.
just like,
it
whoa.
was pretty scary, and they were out for a minute. They were out for a real
I was a
long
little
time.
scared.
But they were amazing knockouts. Okay, what about Muhammad?
Really quick, Molly
Fire.
McCain though. Do you feel like now because she got the win and you have the whole country behind her and Patty, do you think that's Gym of the Year? You think like if they get one more wins?
Nah,
'Cause I
probably
feel
not.
like because Gym of the Year is all hype. I feel like it's all hype these days. Like who's got all the fighters that are winning in the moment? Like
Who
So,
won
like,
Gym of the Year last year?
probably
Was it
CKB.
I think City.
really?
But they still might
Okay.
again because Israel's still champ. Volkanovski's still champ. If
Well,
Volkanovski wins, you know.
They both had just big years too. You know, like Izzy had what 2 title defenses last year. Volk had 1 or 2, but he had that crazy fight with Brian Ortega,
Yeah.
so that's pretty nuts.
See, there's my example. Like, I feel like Izzy's name, and then Patty's name. Like Patty's just so much bigger than him. I feel like. Or is
That's
that just
tough.
me?
That I mean, yes, it's because of the English power of like.
Yeah, it's like the accent, like the
Yeah.
whole Scouser shit. The
but
hair
But it's
thing.
also because he's fresh on the scene too. I
Yeah.
think like Izzy's been around at least like he's been winning fights in the UFC for a little while now. So
and his
I
last
feel
couple fights have been like kind of.
Yeah, not as-
But
not as exciting as the Izzy
Yeah.
fight that we all know, right? Like he's not getting the finishes that we all love from Izzy. So,
But I will say, Izzy. Here's the thing: Patty gets the fight in the UK. He got his second fight was in the O2. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. That's so lucky.
Yeah.
That's so lucky. Izzy hasn't even fought in front of he hasn't fought in Africa. When that launches, huge. He hasn't done a fight in New Zealand yet. That's gonna
Yeah.
be wild. He can do a stadium in New Zealand.
hey,
Yeah.
you put Patty in a stadium and he'll blow the roof off the gaff.
well, didn't they do Marvel? That was Marvel Stadium
yeah,
was
yeah,
in
him and
Australia though, wasn't it?
That was
How many
Australia.
How many people were there?
That was huge too. That was like
80?
what 40,000. Oh, was
yeah,
it
because
80?
an
80,000?
arena is like a whole fucking. I mean, a stadium is a whole nother thing.
Or it might have been like I know it beat because Ronda Rousey and Holly Holm had the biggest live gate. I think it beat it. I think it's like 68,000. I think Ronda was like 64,000 or some shit like that.
Wait, where was that?
At the Marvel or I think it was in Australia too for Ronda
The
Rousey.
Ronda
Holly
Rousey,
Holm.
Holly Holm.
Yeah, I
Oh.
believe it was in Australia as well. I think because I
Nick,
don't,
what is it?
57,000 attendance
Oh,
in
that's massive, though.
Melbourne.
That's more than GSP
Australia.
in Toronto.
that was the Ronda fight.
No, this is the Izzy
Izzy.
Whittaker.
Oh, okay. Damn, I was off. By
Because that was a huge fight, and he did the dance. That thing was being memed forever.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy that he did that dance and then
He timed
won,
it out
actually.
perfectly.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's dope. All right. What'd you guys think about the?
I gotta talk about one more thing. I
Say
gotta
the
talk
fight,
about
go
my
ahead.
Jack Shore. Did you guys watch this fight?
I'll be honest. Did not see that fight.
Jack Shore, bro. Just 135 is the most stacked division, dog. I think even more than fucking 155. Like,
Gone? Seriously?
dude, watch this dude fight. He fought Timur Valiev, who's a really amazing fighter. He's from Dagestan too, I think. High wrestling pedigree. No one really knows about him because his name isn't really as big, but he's still an amazing, really tough fighter. And these guys went back and forth in a really technical fight for 3 rounds. Jack Shore pulls off a fantastic 3rd round, almost finishes him, but like just really exciting. Like Jack Shore is a prospect that I feel like we're gonna hear a lot more about, and I think this dude has the potential to be like. I think he has potential to be champ. Like he's a guy that can beat Peter Yan. I think.
Whoa, but
He matches up pretty well with him.
Can he beat Sterling if he gets fake?
Yeah.
Also, the Muhammad Mokaev guy
Mokaev, dude.
fought the Cody Durden guy. The Cody's go back to where you came from.
To
Durden.
China.
Yeah.
And he knocked his ass, or he submitted him, right? But he hit him with that fucking flying knee. I was so happy because I hate that Cody Durden guy. I was like, yeah.
Dog, this Muhammad kid, he broke his hand, his right hand before the fight. Was like,
really?
I'm not gonna pull out. He's like, I'm not gonna pull out. Still fights, lands at like, dude. Talk about another guy who's like wise beyond his years. Muhammad Mokaev. That dude is probably gonna be champ. I think he's gonna
How
be
old is
champ.
he?
21 or something.
Wow.
Dude, when
He's
he
gonna be the
said
youngest
that,
champ.
When Nick said wise behind his ears, he hit his ear, so I thought he said wise behind his ears,
ear.
and I was like, oh, I've never heard that one before.
Dude, Nick's on
He's
brand,
wise
man.
behind his ears. Nah, but Muhammad Mokaev, dog. I think that dude's gonna be champ too. Maybe I'm just high on the hype, but
You think
I
he's
think
the youngest?
I think he could be the youngest.
Bro,
Because
just
at
convert to-
125
just convert to
Yeah,
Islam.
that's true.
You are
125
obsessed
isn't
with
like
these guys.
It's dude. Cody Durden's he's pretty good too. Like
Yeah.
this dude is.
he though?
He's
yeah,
a,
125 isn't like deep. You know, it's not
Yeah,
like a
like-
55 or something.
exactly. Thank you, Alex. He knows what I mean.
He definitely could. I mean, like honestly, like,
2-3 fights.
Yeah, is that he can do one more fight, top 10, and then the next fight after that's like title eliminator or fucking title. Honestly, like
Because he called out Tim Elliott.
yeah,
Ooh, I like that.
That's gonna be a good fight.
I'm not
Tim.
mad.
But yeah,
the
dude.
cheater, Elliot.
Exactly.
Whoa.
But honestly, the fights and as far as like watching the talent come out of just England and all like the UK stars,
Exciting.
is really exciting, dude.
Yep.
And guys like Jack Shore, Muhammad Mokaev, I think these are the guys that are gonna, they're gonna change the sport. I think they're the next generation of fighters who are just way more well-rounded.
And Nick, I just want to say I looked at the rankings for 135, 1 through 15, and 135. You were right. That is the strongest top 15. out of
Like-
it's crazy. They're all names.
Like, exactly, and all bad matchups for each other in a lot of weird ways. Like they all are really tough in their own way. So
I say, do a tourney.
stacked.
Do a tourney.
No, it's so
Honestly.
sad to see bantamweight and to see Marlon Moraes fight Henry Cejudo ranked number 1, and now he's ranked 14.
Which means that Henry Cejudo really was ranked 15 this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Just to
Damn.
close out this fight night. This is the reason why the UFC's got to get out of the Apex. I understand it saves money and it's a headache everywhere, but man, when you put these fighters in front of their hometown, like internationally, I think these fighters get amped. They're so excited to just like perform for their people.
Yeah.
So
Especially in London.
That's
dude.
true. Every time they have
go.
a fight in front of a big crowd, the fight card is insane. It's really good. So, honestly, I wouldn't mind if they kind of kept this model to
What
where they
model?
have some Apex fights and then they have, fights.
Big arenas.
Yeah, big arenas
Yeah.
and stuff. Because, like, look at that. Look what you get. Right? The Apex fights are still good, but once these fighters get these
adrenaline.
live
the
ones,
sound.
man, it's just like every single time recently it's produced an amazing card. So it's like, why not keep that same, algorithm? Just do Apex and then pay-per-views or big fight nights at a spot. You know what I'm saying? I think that's cool. And then the Apex, they said that they're opening it up more to where they're gonna allow more like fans and shit to come in there. So
Yo.
yeah, I think it would be.
And
I like it.
And Dana, we know where the Apex is. Alex took us there.
I
Even
took
though
him
the store was closed.
Man, I didn't tell them where we were going. They asked me 30 times while we were driving. I told them we were going back home.
And all Ozzy was kept smiling, and it was pissing everyone off. And he kept playing loud ass music that Tiff was crying to.
Yep.
All right, guys, let's get to our We Out Here morning. Oh, jeez. All right, guys. Alex's favorite fighter, Conor McGregor, wants to fight Usman.
This is so crazy.
It's
This is
not.
fucking nuts. No,
Hey,
this is the
Why is
craziest
it so
thing I've ever
nuts,
heard.
Nick? Tell us what some of the
Nice,
quotes
nice.
are. Tell us what's going on. second.
So they did an interview with Conor McGregor for like Mac Life or whatever.
At what pub?
I don't know what pub it
The
is.
Black
It's probably
Forge.
Connor's.
Come on,
whatever.
man.
Anyway, so he's interviewing Conor, and I'm watching this interview for a little bit, and Tiff is sitting next to me, and she looks at me and she goes, "Conor has coke eyes," and I go, "Well, what do you mean, sweetheart?" And she goes, "He has coke eyes," and we couldn't really come to a conclusion what that means,
what
but
is
we
coke
come to the
eyes?
conclusion that it's like he's talking, but nobody's there. Like he's just saying stuff out of his asshole, pretty much, dude. And he's like, he's pretty much sizing up the matchup between Usman. And he's saying that, I think I'm done with 155. I want to get bigger. I want to bulk up. And I think 170 is the place for me to go because Usman is a
Sloppy.
mediocre, sloppy wrestler with a sloppy jab and no submissions.
Sloppy jab. Yeah.
He's saying all this stuff, and he goes, I might go there and take the 170 fight. And then that same guy interviews Dana White later that day or later that week, and he goes, that sounds very interesting. I'm interested in this fight, says Dana White. So,
You know who else?
I think Usman is.
Usman is very interested. It's the
begging
easy
for this fight.
and the money.
Oh my God! If I was Usman, I'd be like, please give me this fight.
You know who's not
Please.
excited? Is the guy that's leaning all the way to the right. Alex, your thoughts?
Bro, it's just like it
Bro.
does. I'm gonna ask everybody. Doesn't
This is
it?
too much.
Isn't
This
this
is too
shit
much.
just fucking annoying now? Like
It's
this guy
annoying.
hasn't fucking won a goddamn fight, and he's over here getting title fights. And then Dana, I love Dana. This is the only thing I hate about Dana is when it comes to Conor McGregor.
It's money, dude.
I know it's money,
Yeah.
but it's like, bro, it's still a fucking sport, bro. This guy hasn't won a fight.
But
He
you know what
hasn't
it
won a
is?
Fucking fight.
Oh my God, bro! I was so
God,
scared.
like, it
That did
pisses
scare me, dude.
off, bro.
Hey, you know what it is though? I think Dana is like, I'm gonna squeeze this lemon dry as best I can because look, and I'm
Bro.
sure in his eyes, he's like, I got Paddy.
Hey, Dana
If
White
I
is-
play this Paddy card right, I don't need Conor McGregor anymore.
Bro, to squeeze the lemon of Conor, he's literally putting all of his weight, like, he has, bro, there's none left. The guy is done, bro. He can't,
Yeah.
you're gonna, Dana White, if you like Conor so much, you're actually gonna let him fight Kamaru Usman? Like,
He will.
do
He
you
wants that
realize what the
paper,
fuck's
dude.
gonna happen to Conor?
I think he likes him for the different reasons that other people like him. I think he likes him for the fact that he brings a lot of money to his company, and he knows that hey, we probably only have 2 more fights with Conor.
They
I
probably
know he
like, yeah.
signed because look, we all know Conor's going down the path of like
20 fight losing streak.
yeah, like he's going down Diego. Next thing you know, we're gonna have fucking School of Self Awareness cornering him and shit. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think he's a
that
bad
far
fighter
away.
though. He just keeps fighting the best
No,
fighter.
it's not that he's a bad fighter. I just think he's not training. I think he's doing way more coke than he is fucking boxing rounds
Dude,
in the off
hey,
season.
we're not bringing in you and your wife's coke eyes
I
theories.
think Nick said it best last time. He only trains when he's in fight camp.
and
like, he probably
that
goes-
Conor's not that good that way.
Yeah. He hits mitts here and there a lot. I'm sure he's working out, but that's not training for a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what?
so
We need the Conor that energy of Conor back in the day when it was like 50 G's, baby.
Yeah, we need young Conor. You know,
that's
but
the issue.
unfortunately,
He's
we're not
still
going to get
trying
that.
to be that, but he hasn't won, bro. Like, know what remember the last Conor that won was the nice Conor.
Did he?
Yeah, the last
Dude.
time when he was all nice to Donald Cerrone. That's
I think that was still the beginning of the end already. Like actually, that was already the end.
Because Donald was already the end.
I think after Floyd Mayweather, that was it. I think he reached a height of stardom that he could not come back from.
Well, like I had said, bro, like it was just the most perfect timing, bro. Because like I said, I didn't think Eddie Alvarez was gonna beat RDA. I didn't think he was gonna beat him for the title, and it just so happened to be that Eddie Alvarez was the champ at the time. Remember, they took away our boy Habib's title fight to give it to Conor against Eddie Alvarez. It was just perfect timing of everything happening. And I didn't see, even if Conor were to defend the title right away, he was going to have to fight fucking Habib. I don't see him beating him. You know, obviously he's not going to beat Habib. And just like the competition in lightweight, I didn't think he was going to beat him. So it's just like, it's just so annoying because this shit's he still talks the same. Like, I'm gonna rip his head off and feed him to my lions while I'm a shark swimming in the ocean looking for food. And I'm like, bro, like,
keep going, don't stop, do more.
What are more scenarios? More scenarios.
Like, I'm a butterfly that came from a caterpillar, and that caterpillar was from the medieval times where we slaughtered, and I'm going to slaughter every single living human on this planet. You're like, bro, okay. When though? Like, fucking A, you haven't
When are you
won.
doing this? When are you doing
Yeah, because you keep saying that shit. That's what I was saying about the Jorge. I'm like, bro, you talking like a little wild. Because like you're talking about, what are you gonna do? Monday he's gonna be in critical condition. I don't know if he's gonna make it. Like, bro.
Yo, that's
chill.
pretty good, dude. Were you practicing?
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. That's the fight I think that should happen. Conor McGregor, Jorge Masvidal. That's the fight I want to see. I don't want to see him fight Usman, because it's just like, we know he's not gonna beat Usman. He might be able to.
I
beat
want
Jorge.
it for Usman because that guy deserves money.
I know, but like,
from a rich, pretty white boy.
There's your two options. He might be able to beat Jorge, or we can watch him and waste $80 to watch him get smashed by Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, because if he fights Usman, he's gonna get mauled.
Yeah,
or he knocks out Usman in the first round because Usman's gonna get a chance.
If he does,
game
bro.
over.
That's
If
what
he
keeps
does.
this shit happening, because Conor McGregor's knocked that off.
But
If
think about
he
it.
does, dude.
If he
Oh
does,
my god.
you're not wearing Onyx gloves anymore,
Bro,
Yeah, you're giving me those gloves if he does.
bro.
But think about that. If he really did knock out Usman, let's just say flash knockout first round, the Conor train lasts another 3 years, and you hate your life. Because
And there's nothing we can do about
the
it.
train is close to, like Nick was saying, it's on its last stop. But if he gets that
Triple
knockout,
champ.
That's
Triple
true.
champ.
he gets to say triple, and he goes to 185 and fights
After
Izzy. I
breaking
swear
his
to God.
leg, after fighting Dustin Poirier,
he's like,
after
I
a
have
career-ending injury.
titanium in my leg. It's harder than ever. Like, it's like, bro, okay, cool. It's gonna break again right when you kick somebody. Dude, the whole thing is, here's the thing. If he did beat Kamaru Usman, you're right. We'd have to deal with him for 3 years
4 more years.
because you get to not fight and defend your title for 2 years before you get stripped, and he would never defend that title. He would get the title, never fucking defend it, and then get stripped of it again like he did on every single other title that he got.
But we'd see him on Fast and Furious 18.
That's maybe that shit. Go
Worth
act or
it.
some shit, bro. Go be the villain. Go be a villain in a fucking movie or some shit. Cause like,
You're kind of bringing down this Conor hype train, and you're kind of bumming it out, dude.
Yeah,
It's kind of not that
yeah,
good.
there shouldn't be no. He
There you go,
hasn't
Nick.
even
Kinda bummer.
won.
You're being
How
a
is there a
bummer, dude.
hype? Like,
Come on, dog.
I hate
Just-
it, bro.
Just
Close
be
your eyes
fun.
and picture him
But
knocking
how
out
is
is
Just
It
be
would-
fun for a little bit.
If he
fuck
just,
it.
if he
Tom
had won
Aspinall, Conor McGregor. Let's go.
if he at
He
least won a
challenges
fight,
Francis.
it would be more fun. But to me, it's bro. He's gotten beat.
He's gonna win the next fight that he gets matched up with, and it's gonna be with Kamaru Usman.
just really
Will
quick,
you be happy then?
Crazy scenario. This is how Conor retires if he does keep winning. He beats
Flying
Usman.
triangle.
No, he beats Usman, flash knockout, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" And he goes, "You know what? I'll fight one more time, but I want to fight the next Nigerian king. I want 185 Izzy." Knocks Izzy by a flash, and guess what? It leads it up to the heavyweight. Beats fucking Ngannou. He tears out all the Nigerian kings. That's how you go out on top.
You're being
Fucking
ridiculous.
Conor. I'm back on the hype train.
I'm not.
Connor's the
You're
best
being
fighter
ridiculous.
alive.
You're
Connor's the
being ridiculous because he's gonna go to 170, beat Usman, and then say, you know what? I need to do something else. I need to mix it up. I'm gonna go 135. He's gonna drop all the way to 135.
And then he's gonna
gonna
lose
lose all the
Marlon
muscle mass.
Moraes.
Yeah, he's gonna knock him out.
Hey, if he wants to win a fight, bro, fight Marlon Moraes at 55, bro.
Damn,
Damn,
bro.
that's
Fight him at
That's
55.
all right, guys.
Damn, dog.
Speaking of shots fired, Izzy and Darren Till get into it, but also after this, Izzy I think also gets into it a little bit with Paddy Pimblett. But let's start with the Darren Till first. I believe Darren Till was celebrating with his homeboy Tom Aspinall, and Izzy did not take too kindly to it. Salty or salty? Nick, stop cleaning your table in the middle of this. We can hear it so loudly, and your fan.
Sorry. Is my fan loud?
And here's the thing.
Are you wearing pants? What are you doing?
Do you think I'm wearing pants? Comment below if you guys think I'm wearing pants. Comment below if you think I've been wearing pants out of all the episodes we've done.
Bro, Nick wore those new barbell things that look sick. They look so big on him. I was like,
Bro,
They were
get
big
a
on me.
smaller size.
I asked for a smaller size, and
Hey, you
Bart
look
kept
hella
insisting I
comfortable,
was.
though.
I was yeah, he kept giving me a medium, and I was like, Bart, I'm a small, and he kept giving me a medium. But
Well, those clothes fit looser because I'm so used to seeing like muscle tees, and that was like also like triple XL you're wearing.
muscle tees. Muscle.
guy.
It's just
Let's
regular
bro,
shirts.
what are you, 34? Oh yeah, you are.
You just sound old as fuck.
All right, yeah.
What are we talking
so
about? We're talking
Darren
about
Till. You know, how do you feel about Darren Till celebrating? And was Izzy right to?
Well,
I mean,
Tom
like-
Aspinall said to come on up, so he said come on up, so he went on up, and they celebrated. Who cares?
I know Izzy, but also Izzy's always trying to set up the next fight. But also Darren Till, you got to win like at least 2 fights before you fight Izzy. Do something, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, do you think? What do you guys think of the Hamzat Darren Till relationship? Do you guys think that'll help Darren Till get wins, or do you think this is just like
False confidence.
yeah?
No, I think it'll help him. I think it's not only Hamzat, bro. Because he's training with like Alexander Gustafsson. He's training with some like
Name
really
some more
good
fighters from All Stars.
Alexander Gustafsson, Hamzat Chimaev.
Yeah, who else? Darren
Alex
Till.
Gus.
At least say Erie. Say
Erie
your
Latifi.
Erie
Aaron
Latifi. dog.
Latifi, who fights this
Reza
weekend,
Madadi.
who just said fuck it, I'm gonna get fat as fuck now. But I think so. I think it's gonna help him. I think if anything, if it's just a confidence, because Till's a good fighter. I just think he's lacking like a confidence, or he's, I think change is good when like, what's that saying? If it's not broke, don't fix it. Obviously, it's been broke for Darren Till, so he's fixing it.
Fixing it.
So I think it's a good move because Hamzat's big and he's a very pressure fighter, and we've seen Till lose to these guys, like Derek Brunson, who's pressuring him with wrestling, all that type of shit. So I think it's good for him. I don't know if he beats Izzy though, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Izzy. I do think down the line, if that fight were to happen, I still do think Izzy's gonna win just because it's gonna be a striking fight, and there's not that much people in this world that are gonna beat Izzy in a striking fight. I don't think.
You know why I feel like Izzy, like he didn't have to say anything, but I feel like one of the reasons why he called out Till for that to create this like whatever Twitter drama is because if you look at the 185 division, he's already beat everyone, and the people that he could fight in our eyes, MMA fans, like dope, that would be a sick fight, Sean Strickland, but it's like, bro, none of these guys have followings. The only person that would have a following for the country behind him is Till. That's like the only money fight on the top 15.
Yeah.
That's like
aside from that, he has to wait for Alex Pieta,
and
or
that's-
like what
and that's
Uncle
not even
Chell
that
said.
big of a money fight either.
Yeah, well, Uncle Chell said, Colby Covington. I mean, he could take that fight. Honestly, let Colby fight Colby. It would be a big fight. It'd sell pay-per-view.
Colby at what weight?
185. Colby said that he would go up, and he was like, "What? I would pick him up and slam him on his head." So Colby said he would go up and fight him.
That's a money fight.
So yeah,
Sure.
it's like, let him. I mean, Colby's coming off the big win of Jorge. He obviously has a name, so it's just like when you do look at, like you just said, when you look at the rankings, he's pretty much beat everybody.
And he's one of those fighters, and I hate to say this about Izzy, but like I think after fighting Jan, I don't think he has desires to go to 205.
No, he's too undersized
For
us,
now,
bro.
he's gonna build his weight up and then do it.
But like,
you're
imagine him against Magomed, bro. Like Magomed, that's a hard. I mean, you know who he could fight at 205? I think he can beat right now.
John
Thiago
Mahal Hill.
Santos.
Oh, Thiago Santos, that's true.
Like someone like that, But like those top three, like even Glover, I think is a nightmare fight for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I just don't really think there's that. I think honestly, I could be wrong, but I think middleweight's probably the most dead division right now in the sense of
Because
height.
Because he killed it.
He cleaned
Yeah,
it.
he killed it.
He killed it. Yeah.
Same with the 170 kind
Remember
of.
at
Except for
185?
Chamza.
Remember at 185, we were like, there was a certain point when Izzy was still on the rise, like, oh shit, this is the most stacked. Look at all the guys on 185, and then we're like, oh, he cleared it out.
Like a year later too.
And it's funny how divisions do that because for the longest 205 was weak.
Then
And
John
right now
cleared it
it's
out.
kind of competitive. And like even heavyweight was kind of weak, but right now it's kind of getting competitive. So
I mean, I feel like that's what's happening to welterweight right now. Probably after Eves, it's like if Usman doesn't lose, it's kind of dead.
yeah. These are one of those situations where you gotta you just gotta
Lose.
wait for those guys to retire, and then the division has life again. Just like the Habib and lightweight. Now lightweight is so fun because there's like so many different good matchups.
Sorry, guys. I think he retired too early. Come on, man. Charles?
Hey.
We'll never know. We'll never know with Charles.
I still think he beats Charles, bro. He smashes Charles, brother.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I think
you know who he doesn't beat? He doesn't
literally
beat Paddy
puts
Pimblett.
Khabib to sleep.
And we'll see what happens when Islam and Charles Oliveira match up. That's what
Hey, don't
we'll see.
disrespect my man's Justin like that though, because Justin finna go up in there and
Yeah, but
That's
Justin's
if Justin beats him. If Justin beats him, and I think he has a good shot. I still
Justin's-
think Justin has a
done.
good shot against.
Bro, did you guys see on my
He's
story I reposted when I forgot how hard that jab was that he landed on Tony Ferguson that ended the fight?
And he goes, "Ugh."
Bruh, like that shit was so hard. I was like, holy fuck, man.
Every time I watch it, it makes me uncomfortable.
Well, you know what makes me uncomfortable is active shooters in restaurants.
Oh, I do.
Kevin Holland. Bro, I didn't know this was a story. I didn't know this happened. So, can you fill me in? Kevin Holland stopped an active shooter in a restaurant?
They were in a sushi bar, and I guess they heard gunshots, so they all ducked under the table, and then saw a guy wrestling with the gunman.
Uh-huh.
So then him and his buddies jumped the gunman. They kicked the gun away from him, and then Kevin Holland choked him out until the police came.
Bro,
Isn't
what?
that crazy?
Like, also, first of all, Kevin's always in these crazy, these crazy scenarios.
Hey,
I feel
IE,
like
bro.
Yeah,
Inland
what was the
Empire,
last
dog.
one?
Shit is popping.
Oh, that was out
some guy
here?
I
thought it was Houston.
yeah. Oh, that was in Houston. That's right.
Yeah,
But
okay.
the other one was, I think, in by his neighborhood. Someone tried to steal his car, and he chased the guy down.
Oh, that's right. There we go. Yeah.
And then he got the car back or some
Like,
shit.
Also, who's bringing a gun in Houston to a sushi restaurant
Someone that had beef, bro. Someone
with
that
a
had beef.
sushi chef? It was
They
Figueredo.
had
It was
beef with
Figueredo.
the sushi chef. They didn't have.
Ishimase!
Arigato gozaimasu.
Arigato
What did you say, Alex?
You said you got some more sauce?
Some more sauce.
I love how we say arigato gozaimasu. He goes like, "Hey man, do you have any more sauce? Hey man, do you have any more sauce?" All right, guys, let's get to our quick pick picks with Alex Acosta, Nick the Ear Dunn. We were talking about this fight earlier in heavyweight division.
I didn't want to cover this card, though. Huh,
Let's just
compared
go
to the
quick.
last card.
Oh, dog.
Nah, but I will say about this card, though, it is really interesting style match. Like, even though the names aren't that big compared
There's
to,
some
like...
still fun names on here.
No, I just mean, like, for the hardcores. Like, I think this card is for the hardcores because the matchups are still really good.
Alexi's
like,
on
gonna
this
be-
card, baby.
That's what I'm saying. Like the matchups are very good, I think. The matchups are very well done. Top to bottom.
Okay, this guy just did a full 180. I love Nick. He's so good at doing 180s in like 5 seconds.
Nah, but it's true, though.
Guys, I don't want
see-
to talk about this card. The matches are amazing. Let's talk
Compliments
about it. Curtis Blades versus Mr. Is this the cop or is it the brother? The cop.
Ex-cop. He retired.
Ex-cop brother.
Cop brother. Nick, we'll start with you. Are you gonna go Curtis then Blades or what?
I think I'm going to go Curtis Blades. I'm just going to go with the wrestling. I think he's going to play it safe. Not play it safe, but I think he's going to play to his strengths. That's better to say.
Who's
he's
more
gonna play
skinny
to his
fat?
strengths.
It's hard to tell. man.
Maybe Curtis Blades.
Well, yo, I think me and him and Alex have the same breasticles. For
Now
sure.
my shit's just popping blood, but
I mean,
yeah.
they're lit, is what you mean. Alex, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Nick. I think just like when you just look at the size difference too.
Don't agree with me, though.
Curtis Blades is usually big. He's usually right around the heavyweight mark. Chris Dawkins is usually light, and Curtis Blades just has a really good wrestling background, and we've seen it before. Curtis Blades, when he knows he needs to wrestle, he just wrestles. So I think, Dawkins has some power in his hands, maybe could catch him, but I feel like that's his only chance of winning this fight is catching Curtis Blades. And it's just, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Curtis Blades is probably actually going to ground and pound Chris Dawkins in probably like the third or fourth round.
He's going to pound and ground him, I think.
This is where you
Gonna
guys
ground and
wrong.
pound him.
30 words. Blue lives matter.
They do matter, dude.
Hey, all cops are bad.
This guy wore blue shorts. Of course, the
All
cop
cops
brother
are
wears blue
bad.
shorts, and then Curtis Blade wears black shorts. What is happening here, guys? I'm obviously gonna go with Curtis Blades because I like that matchup Alex talked about with Curtis Blades versus Tom Aspinall, possibly.
And I want
Go
to
ahead.
say this right now because it's breaking news, and one of my friends just sent me to it.
Whoa.
Covington,
talking about
Jorge Masvidal and Colby Covington
just read
just
this
got
too.
into a fight at a Poppy Steak restaurant in Miami Beach. Police
What?
They were talking
And then,
shit.
and then it says, breaking news, Kevin Holland interrupts and chokes both of them out.
yeah,
And then pulls gun on himself and stops himself. All right, we got our girl, Joanne Calderwood, who I feel like who's been fighting for like 85 years, versus Alexa Grasso from
Not
Mexico.
Calderwood, though.
Oh, it's different, right?
Yeah,
Joanne
she married
Wood.
her husband, whose last
Forgot.
name was Wood.
I apologize. Joanne Wood. She took out the Calder. Alex Lifgod Acosta. What do you got?
I got Alexa Grasso winning a nice decision. I think she'll win a dominant decision against JoJo.
She got hands.
Yeah.
Nicholas?
I was gonna go the exact same way. I do think Alexa Grasso, like Joanne Wood, not Calder, formerly known as Calderwood. That's kind of weird to say. It feels like I'm saying your name wrong. Honestly.
It does. Yeah.
I call her JoJo. So.
Yeah, JoJo. Isn't she from Scotland? She's from Scottish.
Yeah, she is.
Do you know who the girl is?
I feel like she's very great with her skills, but I feel like she has that mental block about how she fights sometimes, and I feel like that holds her back. Because there's times where she's doing well in a fight, and then just all of a sudden finds herself getting caught with submission or just ending up losing. So for that reason, I'm gonna go Alexa Grasso.
Wow, you really said that. I'm gonna go with Joanne because she let go of the Calder. She's a little lighter on her feet. It's all wood from here, baby.
Stupid.
Ooh, and she gives Gilbert that wood.
We have Oscar.
This is a good fight.
Oh, for sure, don't use your first name in your last name though.
Wow, racist.
Askarov versus Kai Kara French. I'm gonna go pick first because I love this guy. I think Kai Kara France is he's the greatest fighter of our generation. Let's go, baby. Nick.
I'm unfortunately gonna go with Oscar Askarov.
He's a bullet,
brother. He's a bullet, brother, and he's also 20%. I think he could only have 20% of his hearing. So I think he's mostly deaf. So I think he has the daredevil advantage going into this fight.
Damn, I didn't think about that. That's a good.
I got Asker. I got
opposite of the daredevil, actually.
Again, I'm going exactly the same with Nick.
Damn it, I ruined it.
Askarov going.
Just marry me already, dude. Fuck.
You guys don't like. I thought you guys would at least emotionally wanted to pick Kai Kara.
No, I
you want wins? Is this what you want? You guys want to win these fight picks?
I want emotions. I want all emotion.
But I've never been like the biggest fan of Kai Kara France.
I just think with Oscar's skill set, I think it's going to be similar to a Curtis Blades and Daka's situation. I feel like Kai Kara France's best shot is to knock out Askarov, and I think Askarov has the tools to be able to get a nice little cushy decision.
Look,
but that may not happen. Who knows? But this is what I think.
You guys forgetting Askarov has the same type of fighting style as Cody Garbrandt, and Kai Kara France beat him.
No, he doesn't.
He does not. But Kai Kara France and Nick almost
the opposite.
Haircut, actually. Look at that.
True.
Kinda, but his fade might be crispier, bro.
Bro, nah. Omar Pax gives crispy fade.
All right, guys. Next fight we got.
This one's a banger, bro.
We got Matt Brown still fighting versus Brian Barberena.
Barber. He just made up his name, dude.
Nick,
I'll say this:
Dirty Bird.
If there was a master, no, that's not Dirty Bird. If there was like a masters division, if there was like a masters division in the UFC,
Matt Brown.
This would be. This is I'm going Matt Brown. I do think Brian Barberena has been looking pretty good though. Like he's been on a nice little run, and he's been like he gets hurt really early, but comes out and pulls out a big win. So this was tough for me, but I'm kind of leaning towards Brian Barberena, but I don't think I can go bad on Matt Brown, so I'm gonna go Matt Brown.
Wow. There we go. Alex, who you got?
This might be like a casual kind of take, but I think Bam Bam. I think just at some point, age is gonna catch up with Matt Brown, and Matt Brown is still good, bro. But like like Nick was saying, Bam Bam's still active. He's been fighting. He's looking good. He does have power in his hands. Matt Brown's been rocked, a bunch of times, and he's older. I don't know. I love Matt Brown, but I never feel like confident picking him just because he is getting on the older side, and he's not Bam Bam isn't like young, but he's not like an old guy that he's fighting. It wasn't like when he's fighting Cowboy or these other Diego Sanchez or some shit like that. So I think Bam Bam's gonna win. I'll be happy if Matt
you're
Brown wins,
forgetting
though,
that
'cause
he
he's a
beat
OG.
Diego Lima, a young man.
I know, and that one was an impressive win, honestly. But I just feel like I think Bam Bam is gonna take
Brian's tough. He could weather a storm and come back. That's the one thing that worries me about this fight is that like Brian's durability might be able to outlast Matt Brown's durability because they're both fighters that like fight to the end. They're taking damage in their fights.
And then we also have the greatest striker alive, Alexi
Let's
Olenek versus
go.
Alex Lift God Latifi Acosta. Who do you got, Nick?
Dude, I kind of.
Say it. You
I'm going with Alex. I'm going with Alex, bro.
Yes,
Iri
let's
Latifi.
go.
I feel like.
What?
Yeah, I think I could see Olenek like snag something up, but I feel like Latifi his skill set is a good match for a guy like Oleski.
No disrespect. What skill set?
Just I think is like he has really good. He has really good like
Lost to Derek Lewis.
yeah, but I feel like he could handle what Oleski's gonna bring to him as far as in the grappling department. I feel like he has some good like anti-wrestling tactics. I think he could
Lost to Corey Anderson.
be smart. Yeah, you're talking about guys who are really good, bro.
Hey, you remember DC said that Lear Latifi was one of the strongest guys he's ever wrestled with before, too.
And he don't got a mustache.
Yeah.
He don't got a mustache.
Alhamdulillah. But I honestly,
Alex, what do you think?
I think
on.
Iri
I mean,
Latifi by ground and pound.
everybody
Let's go.
knows who I think's gonna. Alexi Olenek. I mean, look at his dude. How are you 59-16, bro? Like 59, bro. Like,
Bro, lay off the mans, bro. Come on.
Dude, you fight
I'm
59
sure-
times
bro,
at the
I'm
age of
sure he
84.
is- honestly, I'm sure he's the nicest guy in the world.
But you hate his fucking guts.
I just hate his striking so much because it's so bad. It honestly makes me mad. But
Well, bro, his name is Alexi the boa constrictor, not the striker. Okay.
yeah, but when a boa
on, dog.
strikes, it's so perfect and precision, and it wraps you up. He don't do that. Okay.
He
just
don't
think-
do that.
I think Alir honestly is gonna knock him out, bro. Alexi Olenek keeps getting knocked out. He's old too. Look at his
He's on
hairline. It
a
almost looks
3-fight
like mine.
losing streak.
Bro, he was born in Ukraine, but he fights out of Russia.
Oh.
Conflicted. That's why he's gonna lose. He's conflicted with himself.
Oh my god.
He's gonna fight himself.
I got Ilir.
I got Olin. Yeah, I got Alexi, dude. The guy's gonna tap him out easy.
Well, you're wilding.
All right. I think that was that the whole main event?
Yeah, one more.
Oh, there is one more. Is it the Nate fight?
Yeah.
David Onanama.
David Onama.
Sometimes the UFC page is like different than the fucking.
Yeah, their website is fucking
But
nonsense,
look,
honestly.
they have some good fights. Jennifer Maya versus the Manin Fuyart girl. She's really good. Neil Magny, Max Griffin.
Hey, how
Oh,
about
this guy right here is really
Mark
good. He's from
DeCasey?
Team
Yeah,
Alpha.
that's a good matchup too between
Which guy?
him and Mark
Mark DeCasey.
Volashev.
And yeah, this guy right here that cares about his hair more than anything. That's a good fight. And
Chris Gutierrez.
Yes, he's good, bro. It's a really good fight, dude. I'm excited.
Which one? Are there any fights on that you guys want the audience to pay attention to?
This one.
Chris Gutierrez. And that guy's good too. Batagreal.
Yeah.
I like him. Why? Because he's from Mongolia.
Batagirl Dana White.
He's
is
really good too. That's a tough fight for both those gentlemen.
Guys, that does it for us right here. I hope you enjoyed this show. You remember, all those picks are correct except for when they chose against Alexi. Choose Alexi. He's always.
He might win. He could win. He could
Of
win.
course, he's winning. He only loses to Derek.
could win.
Wins against everyone else.
he did lost. He hasn't only lost to Derek. I promise.
The past 5 fights,
No, he's lost to.
dude. He's
he
won.
lost to
he's
Chris
fi- he's-
Dawkins.
Okay, let's not shut up. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good on your fake news. Guys, it's late. We love you very much. We're excited for this week. This next coming months of fights. What's the next pay-per-view? What's the next
Next
pay-per-view?
weekend, bro. Alex Volkanovski, Korean
Oh.
Zombie.
We should watch that one.
Yeah,
So
we
guys,
should
you
watch
can
it all together.
We should do that one. What date is that again?
Next
Peter
Saturday.
Yan. Peter
Second.
Yan.
Oh, next Saturday. Guys, we will have a guest once again for the pre-fight of that week for the picks, and your boy Vincent Ver, of course, always comes for the post-fight, so he can get his take. He can say all his things and his conspiracies. Young Eddie Bravo, that is. Guys, we love you very much. Make sure you follow Alex at LiftGod. Follow Nick at Nick the Ear. Remember, Manscaped. Use the promo code all together.
We out here.
Play that music. Leave a comment down below on what you think. What stuffed animal Alex should buy next?
And who's your favorite performance on UFC London?
I already told you, Nick. Tom Aspinall. God.
Not yours. I'm asking the viewers.